Looks like we are live once again. This is Enchanted LifePath TV, ambush journalist, and back over on Powys. Powys Council talk to police over children's services data. Now, the reason why I'm looking into this article is because obviously one of the biggest issues down in Llangamach Wells, Powys, has been the alleged death of some children. Now, from the get-go, from the very first moment when I laid eyes on the very first article published about this, I questioned it from the start. Based on the house, saying that the house clearly has been abandoned, no one's lived there, you cannot see a bath, you cannot see a sink, you cannot see any belongings to some people. I've studied a lot of house fires over the past couple of weeks on YouTube, looked at cremations, looked at carbon monoxide poisoning, looked at how tiles and slate tiles do not burn, one of the most durable things on the planet. I'm looking into all sorts. It's been quite good, although I've been under attack for quite a lot of it, but I've managed to fend that off. Even that doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I think the people end up quite surprised by, like, when I'm still working on this for the rest of the year, and they'll just be like, oh, he's still going on, he's still dragging stuff up, you know, because we're dragging things up every single day, a lot of stuff unreported, and it's about time now we started reporting it all on my channels again. So we have just gone one better anyway. We are now live, believe it or not, right now, speaking on 11 different platforms. 11. Is there even 11 live streaming platforms out there? Well, yet there's even more for me to add to it. So by the end of today, we'll be around about 15. Anyway, let's get on to the report. The children are the issue down at Llangamach Wells. Never did any children die in a house fire down at Llangamach Wells, is my opinion. And I am legally allowed my opinion. So all these people have been reporting me to the police for my opinion. I just don't believe the story. A lot of people don't believe it, which is why we have now formed 103 pages. This article breaks down to 103 pages. Okay, that's no small effort. It's no small effort. The emphasis always saying right through the article, no one's died in the house fire. Now everyone knows what I've seen in regards to the little satanic sacrifice looking tents set up just next to the house, where then the police investigation tents were placed over them two items and not inside the house to preserve bodies inside there. Okay, so as we keep going through all this due diligence we've done, just going to stop on something in a moment. Here, it's the crime rate in LD4 4DG, which is Swimderi, CWMDERI, which is owned. Sorry, we've got companies registered there. One of them is Owens Taxis, Swimderi, LD4 4DG. I'm just going to make that bigger for the screen. Don't like anyone squinting, or I want the information seen. So there, look, we're on the address. Okay, we're on the address. Owen, I'm going to get back to this in its own little report. Owen's another actor, okay? Unbelievable Jeff. Walked on parts on EastEnders, Casualty, and many other TV network series. Just to show you again, just because, in case that's a bit too small. This is the person, Owen Roderick, Llangamach Wells. Whistle for joy when he's offered the part in the promo, which flags up S4C's highlights coverage of this year's international sheepdog trials. Talion sin definitely sick of the words. 2004 broadcast on Monday. So we're going to hit back onto that in its own little report. Stay tuned for that one. But basically here in this little area we have had violent crimes. We've had violence and sexual offences 1. Okay. Public disorder and weapons 1. Other thefts 2. Criminal damage and arson 1. Crime rate in LD4 4DG for 2013. That's in 2013. Antisocial behaviours with 8 of them. Okay, so this arson isn't listed criminal damage and arson. It's not listed like in 2017, it's listed now. But again, you've got the violence and sexual offences. What's all that about? Okay, now I'm going back to this report now, because we're centred on children. Powys Council to talk to the police over children's services data. Now the man in question, David Cuthbertson, who's alleged to be dead, with any number of kids the media or the village wishes to suggest. He's won custody of these children. Now when we analysed the fallout of the alleged fire, notice how many times I say alleged, I just literally cannot say the fire, I cannot say the words. But again, I'm allowed my own opinion based on observations. So, just wondering why my light's not on my mic. Hello? Yeah, I should be getting sound through there. So based on the observations, I don't think anyone died in the fire, which leads me to think someone else maybe killed kids anyway. And that's why the town sort of trying to say, oh, children have died. Right, so I'm just wondering what's going on there. But look at this, the area is not performing too well with its children, it seems. It's not a good time for Langamach Wells at the moment. Powys Council, the area, 17th of October 2017. Powys Council is talking to the police about the potential manipulation of performance data in its children's services, Chief Executive Jeremy Patterson has said. It comes after a watchdog, let me make this writing bigger for you. It comes after a watchdog warned that Powys children are at risk of harm because of social services failures. The Care and Social Services Inspectorate Wales CSSIW raised serious concerns. Powys has 90 days to improve or face being taken over by ministers. The council has apologised and accepted CSSIW's recommendations. Jeremy Patterson says the performance data may have been manipulated. Unbelievable. So when we come down now, Mr. Patterson says he called his own review when problems were discovered. He said that in the last few weeks it appears that information in respect of some of the issues in the service was being withheld and that some of the performance data may have been manipulated. We are taking forward a formal investigation in consultation with the police, he said. So it looks like we're just piling up. So have they been saying that no kids were harmed, but there has been kids harmed in the area? You know? He said the council has acted immediately on the CSSIW's review and extra staff have been brought in. The inspectorate's report said there was evidence of missed opportunities to safeguard children. So that tells me the children have not been safeguarded, so something's happening with the children in the area. Which tells me that there's people in the area who may act unaccordingly with children. Let's just keep it at unaccordingly. It said the lack of assessment, intervention and support together with poor follow-up and oversight and is placing children. So it has, it's already placed children and is placing children at a considerable risk. What are you doing with the kids in Langamach Wells? What's going on in the area with the kids? Okay, this is published, this is in the public domain. I'm asking a question based on public information. What's going on with the kids? The inspectorate found an inconsistent approach towards following child sexual exploitation guidance and risk assessments which placed children at risk of harm. Risks were not being appropriately and robustly assessed, and there is no effective system to identify and manage risks, the report added. So it looks like a bit of a cover-up to the people who are probably putting the children at harm. Chief Inspector Gillian Baranski said it is clear from this report that we have serious concerns about the way children's services are run by Powys County Council. Whilst we have recognised the significant contribution staff have made under very difficult circumstances, we have serious concerns about leadership and management arrangements. We have made this clear to Powys County Council and expect to see rapid improvement to ensure that children are safeguarded and families in Powys receive the level of service they deserve. We are monitoring this closely. During the First Minister's questions, Carolyn Jones told AMS it was open to ministers to take over the authority of social services functions. That, of course, is an option if the authority fails to deliver under the terms of the warning notice. Earlier, Social Services Minister Rebecca Evans said that she had met the Council's leader and executives to emphasise the seriousness with which the Welsh Government is approaching this situation. She said, "If I am not satisfied with Powys County Council's progress, I will not hesitate to use the powers provided to Welsh Government under the Social Services and Wellbeing Act to intervene more directly. Totally committed." Responding to this report, Rosemary Harris, leader of the Independent Conservative Council, said, "We fully accept the regulators' recommendations. Their report is both hard-hitting and challenging. We are sorry that we have failed to meet the high standards residents deserve and apologise for our shortcomings." Just to let you know now, the date obviously is going to be timestamped in the upload is the 20th of November. This was published on the 17th of October. Right, so she reads on, "The Council's totally committed to safeguarding children in our country, and I will be leading the Council's response to the recommendations of the inspection from the front as a top priority, and that ensuring that the resources are in place to underpin this work. The report's findings will be discussed by full Council on Thursday." The Welsh Conservatives said the Council needed to work to avoid direct intervention by the Welsh Government at all costs. The party said there were questions over whether chances have been missed in the past to make improvements. Plaid Cymru AM Simon Thomas said the priority must be the protection of the children in Powys, and the lack of leadership at the top of the Council can only be addressed by a team from outside the authority to get improvements needed. Children's Commissioner Sally Holland told BBC Radio Wales she was pleased to see strong action being taken. Unbelievable. So it doesn't end there, because we have now got Powys Adult Services head wants to quit. BBC Wales understands. This was on the 26th of October. A leading official at Powys Trouble Social Services Department has told the Council she wants to stand down, the BBC Wales has learned. A senior councillor said discussions were taking place after Louise Barry expressed her intention to stand down as head of Adult Services. I wonder if she's still there now. It comes as Powys tries to turn around social services after the damning report found failings in children's services. The Council said it could not comment on individual employment contracts, right? So it was dispute on when child failings emerged. Damning care report promised takeover call. Council talks to police over care report. So they're another related articles. I have got these all downloaded in PDF, which have been doing to more or less every single document right throughout this whole investigation into the fire at Langamach Wells Swindere farmhouse. Okay, so, and also anything of my work has been distributed out multiple times to hundreds of people who I can then go and touch with the information after I've been receiving threats due to my investigation into this and the findings which have been making. So yeah, anything happens to me and the work is still there, and anyone can go and pull the files up and go and show people. So there you go. Ministers threaten to intervene. Powys has been warned that social services will be taken over by the Welsh Government if the department does not improve sufficiently by the end of the year. Ministers threatened to intervene last week after the Care and Social Services Inspectorate Wales CCSIW criticised its children's services. Now look what we've got in Langamach Wells Swindere. Reports of more dead kids. Reports. Now I say reports because, again, I'll say it again, I, upon observations, do not believe anybody at all died in that house fire. I have had counsellors. There's a counsellor over on Facebook, the community counsellor. Her name is, what was she saying today? But she was telling me that, believe her, that there was somebody living there. She's the community counsellor. I'm going to be putting all this information into videos though. I have screenshots it. Let's just have a look if I've got them screenshots. Oh, Wales, haven't you done well? Look at all my PDFs and my about 700 or 800 screenshots here about you. We're coming all the way down here. I just want to find some of the latest ones. I think this is it. Anne Woods the name is. Except you're wrong, Carl. We live very close to this farmhouse and it was very obvious that something terrible had happened because we could see the evidence ourselves. Well, I couldn't see the evidence of a fire in the house. See what looked like a little train and drill or sort of the firemen, but couldn't see no sign of anyone living in the house for at least 10 years. Simon is a neighbour and wrote the poem before the official announcement occurred, but based on his assumption of what had happened. No. There has been a police guard in place since the fire and emergency services on site ever since gathering evidence. I've looked at your Facebook page and it is incredibly disrespectful to the surviving family members to be making accusations that you are making. So I've said to her, Anne Woods, a police guard does not mean that it was a fire that killed everyone. A fire was not their killer and you know it. It's all staged. Tell me why was there investigation tent set up over the evil looking tent and odd pagan looking ball? Why are they not inside the walls of the house, the investigation tents? Who lives on the land? Owen Roderick has business registered to it. Who is Owen Roderick? He is an actor. But that's just there anyway. I just wanted to get her name up. Anne Woods, counsellor. Here she is sharing. Community councillors, on behalf of the community, express deep heartfelt condolences to those affected by the tragic events in Langamach Wells on Sunday night. We are a small tight-knit community and we'll pull together to support each other and the family through the difficult times ahead. Books of condolence will be opened in the church, chapel and the Alexandra Hall. Donations for the family can be made via the collection in the post office and online Just Giving, which is now raised in excess of £24,000. All pressing inquiries should be directed to Difford Police, who are coordinating the investigation. langamachcc.com. langamachcc.com. I'm not sure whether I've had a look at that. I think I have though, because we've been through more or less everything. Right, so I'm just hitting on the fact that it's all children. I'm sensing on the investigation tents, you know, where they usually put them over dead bodies. The two tents were placed over the pagan tent. I'm going to have to show you just for the sake of the report. What happened to the attitude? Right, look at these. Very telling. Very telling. Hello, Stuart. Right, look, very telling. Now let me go and get the other examples. And can I just make a quick point here now, while we're here? If this is a scene where there's meant to have been 10 people living in the house and everything's caved in, the tiles, all sorts, maybe look at the article in another stream, show you some points that we've been making, some questions. People don't like answering questions, it seems to cause a lot of offence. Now, looking at this here, what's he doing walking around, tampering with evidence? Just walking around. Just a quick one that, but before we, because we need to go back into the screenshots. The whole village in here. Looking for the little for the murder looking tents, the murder sacrifice tents. I have got them. Here we go. I'll zoom in on this just to make it easier to see and not to deny. So we've just seen the 2 police investigation tents set up over these 2 objects. Why are the police investigation tents not inside these walls of the house? Why are the walls of the house so white? It's burned 10 people alive, well 3 escaped, 7 dead or something, whatever number the media and whatever they keep telling you. So if that's the case, why are the police investigation tents over these 2? What are you doing with kids up in the area at Langamach Wells? Why are people quitting? An inspection carried out in July concluded that vulnerable children in the county were at risk. Tell me about it. CSSIW will return to Powys to examine adult services soon, but a date for the inspection has not been announced. A well-placed source in local government said the whole department is in turmoil. Losing the official in charge would create another vacancy at a crucial time. The Director of Social Services and the Head of Children's Services are both being filled by interim appointments. The previous Head of Children's Services, Caroline James, lead us to the light, Caroline, left in July after 11 months of the job. The authority's Chief Executive, Jeremy Patterson, is also away from his post, having gone off sick last week. Premature. Stephen Hayes, the counsellor responsible for the adult social care, said he was told about Miss Barry's decision on Tuesday. I can't confirm the finalised position, he said. She has expressed her intention to do so, to leave Powys. But there's further discussion going on with her. It would be premature to say she has resigned at this point. Mr. Hayes described Miss Barry as a very professional and very competent, and he was very keen she should stay with us if at all possible. Powys Council declined to comment, but a spokesman said there was a standard notice period of 3 months for heads of service. He said after an exit interview would be carried out as part of the process to find out why they wanted to leave. Okay, so that's all of that pretty much done. And a lot of the people who have been giving me a lot of grief as well. It's been unbelievable. You've all been coming over, you've been leaving me all your own information. I'd like to say that there's been people making Facebook accounts in my name, so if anyone gets any stupidity from someone pretending to be me, it's not, obviously. Same thing with YouTube accounts. Yesterday they were making the YouTube accounts and in my name and in my business names, Enchanted LifePath. So if you see any channels giving anyone any abuse in my name, it's not, because why would I go around doing that? Just look at how many subscribers they've got. It's obviously not me. So keep your eyes peeled for things like that for us as well. And if anyone has had any abuse, I'm so sorry about that, because I have seen people, my subscribers have been being abused by these people. But rest assured that they are being investigated. They think they're not. They so think that they're not. But you know, I've been documenting everything, I've been logging everything for a couple of weeks, and now the police are now ready to step in. The actual case against has been escalated a little bit. They've escalated it for me. They've said, well, we're not going to go down this road now, seeing as that the way things are, now we're going to go down this road, so it's worse for the people who have been doing it. I have also been told by Merseyside Police today that yes, complaints have been made against me. Okay, they have been made against me. Police complaints have been made to Powys Police, Powys Police, and absolutely nothing is going to come of them, because the police see it for what it is, for what I have done. I have made a report, a news article based on my opinions, which I am allowed, And if anyone looks at the article in question, one of the first things you'll see on it is the journalistic code of conduct, which I have adhered to throughout the whole article. So this has been Enchanted LifePath TV. We are live on 11 places, so go and find me on all of them. You'll have a job. My work is completely backed up against censorship, now on 11 places. Okay, so unbelievable. This has been Enchanted LifePath TV. We have got so many reports to come and fire back out at all of this now, because we've got 103 pages of data collected. There's even more stuff what's not on there yet. I've still got to get it on and on and on, and I'm processing a lot of information at the moment. I have been now for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and as I promised, I'm going to be on this all year. So when is the stupidity going to stop? There's people who have been giving me abuse, whether they're from the real Facebook accounts, etc. They're all documented. I've also more or less data mined the whole village. Okay, the police have been made aware of the information which I have got, and also how I have obtained it, and they are happy with me, and they have said, more or less said as such, that like basically I've made their job easier for them at the end of the day. They're coming to collect all the evidence off me pretty soon, within 48 hours. Okay, so Langamach Wells. An opinion is an opinion, it's not a crime. Okay? Abusing people, threatening people, even kids dying. The money, something else has gone on down there, and now real people are going to be looking at it. Okay? I've phoned, considering I've had so many threats of the police coming to get me from Daffy Dow's Powys Police, I've phoned them that many times. I've actually been advised to phone the police complaints panel about them, because I phoned up with what I suggested was evidence, and the phone was hung up on me. It's happened a couple of times. I had an okay conversation with a lady from there yesterday. In fact, it is. It hasn't always all been like that. Merseyside police have been superb. Now they're going to push it all on now. Okay. So all those people who just think you're funny, just going on and on and on and on, you haven't affected me, you haven't knocked me, you haven't wound me up. I've liked it, because for every little bit of crap that you come over and give me, and coming on and posting out-of-date information and addresses and posting me Facebook groups and pages up and what have you. Yeah, everyone knows I've built loads of websites and got loads of pages. So it was all part of me building my skills over the years, over the past 3 or 4 years. I hadn't built a website or ran a channel not on 3 or 4 years ago. So you're posting stuff that's public anyway. I've shared it all over Facebook publicly for years. You come in and find some public stuff on a public Facebook page and think that you're scaring me like that. No. Langamach Wells, you've really shown yourself up. I'm going to get to the bottom of it all. You've got me working on you, you've got me keeping your eye on you at every single turn. This is Enchanted LifePath TV. Thank you for watching. Speak soon.